Hey everyone, this is Walter, and we're back with more of this never-ending letter. In this story, there was a creepy guy who kept touching a girl who asked him not to. Not unlike Chris-chan, honestly. But when she filed harassment on him, or whatever it was, he lost it and started writing letters. I'll link to the series in the description or whatever, but let's just get started with Nice Guy Stories from Reddit, 4 Years in Uni with Nice Guy, Part 9. Well, let's just get reading. We're going to start with what he calls Part 2 of the letter. Part 2. Past moments. I don't know if you still remember this, but when we went shopping at the Albert Heijn once, and you said that you felt quite insecure about your appearance, I said that I thought you had a cute and pretty face and a nice sporty figure. Many will envy you. I also mentioned a few times that I just love your character traits and how you are as a person. Hey, remember that time I gave you an awkward comment about your figure? Let me bring it up again so you can be creeped out again. I have said on other occasions that I liked your character traits as well, and how freely you express yourself. In the early part of our friendship, I complimented you a lot. But looking back, the strange thing was that we were getting closer and closer back then, and you didn't dislike it at all. You went along with it and complimented me too. I did dislike it, I just didn't say that, because I didn't want to be an asshole about what I thought was a well-meant compliment. You seemed to fish for compliments from me even. I loved teasing you a bit and trying to get you out of your comfort zone. I also felt that you kind of needed that. He talks to her like she's a child who needs his help, but look at his own juvenile behavior. This next part is really bad. Like with the windmill, where you first didn't want to go in, but in the end you did it and you loved it. No, I went along with it because everyone else said they wanted to go after you tried to force me up there, so I caved and played nice. I liked it when you were this cute and mad at the same time. When I paid for your city pass for you, you reacted that way too. So you admit that me being upset about my boundaries being crossed is cute to you. Yet you want to sit here and tell me how great of a guy you fucking were. Also, you paying for my city pass. Let me explain to everyone reading how that went. He had bothered me about the city pass for months. He had bothered all of us for months to get one so that we could use the discounts it gives you in the city, with him. I eventually went to get one because the place was across from our school, and I hope it would shut him the fuck up. But they only took card payments and no visas. Me not having a Dutch bank account could therefore not pay. And as I was about to fucking leave, he pulls out his card and put it on the reader. For anyone who forgot, he pulled this move to pay for her lunch without asking, and she never went to the cafeteria with him again. I guess he must have thought it went well somehow, because he did it again here. I always actually loved it when you bit off the way you did, and how confused you looked. And that you were very happy and a bit mad at the same time with me and tried to express them both at the same time. I made sure I never went too far or pushed you because our friendship was important to me. I wasn't happy, I was angry and offended. But I also still couldn't be mad because again I was convinced you were trying to be nice. In reality, you just wanted to force me to go do all the stuff the pass allows you to do, with you. We also did a few nice things together, eating at all kinds of places. You explained to me afterward why you didn't want me to pay for your things, and it made you feel guilty. I got lunch at a kebab place after school a lot, and he tagged along, and one time before I paid, he pulled his card out and did it for me as I was reaching for my wallet. And then when I asked him what the fuck that was about, he said I'd just pay for him next time, forcing a next time upon me. I did not pay for him, ever. He thought she was mostly happy about it. Imagine being this clueless about what women are thinking. This is a really advanced case here. And I have to imagine she doesn't want gifts because she knows he's going to write about it in his manifesto. I guess I didn't realize that I made you feel guilty, and that was never my purpose. I just wanted to help you out and was simply enjoying your responses. And how it even started was something I still remember well. It was when you broke out in tears in class because of the financial issues you had back then. I know what it is like to have no money, and just wanted to relieve some of your worries so that you could enjoy your stay in Rotterdam and actually try new things, laugh without worries, and eat some new things. There was no ill intention. Like, I know those problems too. Luckily I don't have them anymore, and I simply thought I would have been happy if someone helped me out back then too. I just wanted to help you, nothing more. I am mentioning this since it seems that this still played a role for you, even though we talked it out together, and it was only from the early part of our friendship. The most expensive thing bought for you was the Rotterdam pass for 12 euros, and I paid for. Again, you did that against my will. That because I was just happy that someone wanted to buy the Rotterdam pass as well with me, and it was only like 5 more months valid that year. Not true. It was January, and the pass would run out February. I had 1 month left, stupid. So I also felt a bit guilty letting you spend money on it when it was my idea. Don't you feel like you were exaggerating about what I paid for you in general? It was probably in a total of 25 euros. I mean, you even made me promise that I won't buy you anything expensive and that I can only buy you something for your birthday. But only something small like a donut or a cupcake. But you forgot about that at some point too, sadly enough. You know, for me, buying a present of 15 to 30 euros is normal for a birthday present, and that I adjusted to your lifestyle was because you asked me to, but you never considered what is normal for me. I don't give a fuck what is normal to you. Normal to you is drawing half-naked pictures of me, apparently. You were never afraid to say what you wanted. Even when we were walking next to each other, you said everything you always thought, and I really looked up to you. I would never want to chain your free will. The way I thought you were was what I liked about you, but I was wrong about you, clearly. Yeah, normally I'd think that 25 euros isn't enough to make a big deal out of, but obviously it is, because he is going on at great lengths about it. Even though you were open with your thoughts, apparently you didn't dare to say everything to me. I guess you were not open with your feelings to me, and you were always different in your apartment room. When we were alone, shy and hiding in your shirts, and only quietly staring at me. Oh man, if I didn't know any better, it sounds like she was really uncomfortable having Kevin in her room, and he just couldn't visually figure that out somehow. Even his own description of what happened makes her sound so creeped out by him. Because the moment you stepped in, I had realized I made a terrible mistake, and also couldn't kick you out because the vibes are off now didn't seem like a justifiable reason to ask you to leave. Again, I was not good at asserting my boundaries, and underestimated just how uncomfortable being in a room alone with you would make me, which is why I tried not to let it happen again after that. But I was a fucking doormat the way I'd let people walk all over me in the past. It confused the hell out of me, and it still does. Like, did you like me back then? No, the opposite. I got more uncomfortable than I had ever been. I felt my skin crawl like the day I was SA'd, but you hadn't done anything to me, so I felt guilty for that feeling. Was it too much for you to handle? You were the one who invited me to your room over and over. I let you into my room 3 times. I never wanted you there. I felt pressured. I never asked you to invite me to your room. No, you asked me all the time, and most times I said no, except the 3 times where you fucking wore me down. Except for one time after you unfriended me to talk things over together. That was all you, and I have been like 30 times to your room even. The times you were there in your jerk-off fantasies don't count. If that doesn't already prove that I would never do anything out of bounds to you, then I don't know what else could. You said you were experimenting with our friendship, but you felt it didn't work. I thought it was weird, like who would even experiment with friendships after 3 years, but in this broader context, I could understand what you were hiding. I said in my message that I tried to be friends with you because I couldn't find any glaring reasons to dislike you. Because I thought you were just too autistic to understand whenever you crossed a boundary. Turns out that's an insult to autistic people. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people might not know they cross boundaries with people, including this guy the first time I'm guessing, but after they're told they did and they decide to do it again and again, there's no excuse, and that's what makes them like Christian. This feels more likely with your personality as well. The one you made up in your head, you mean? I guess looking back, I did see you struggling sometimes too. Like how we could hug sometimes, and you pressed your head on me, and other times you got frustrated and I had to calm you down. I got frustrated because you refused to learn no matter how many times I tried to make you respect my boundaries, you fucking idiot. Same thing when I told you I was happy you trusted me that much. I could immediately see on your face that you realized that too, and I saw that you were struggling with it again. Back then, I just didn't realize it, or maybe I just pushed it off in my mind, that it can't be possible. This was blank after all. No, what happened was that you did a tiny thing for me, adjusting the lighting in my 3D animations, which took you 2 clicks, and then said to me how happy you were that I trusted you so much to let you help with my project. I realized in that moment that this gesture meant so much more to you than it did to me, and that is why I distanced myself, because I realized you clearly misinterpreted the situation and wanted to not give you the wrong idea. Turns out I cannot win, and you got the wrong idea no matter what I did. Man, I'd be creeped out by that line too. It makes me so happy that you trust me so much. I pretty much agree after hearing this that they were never friends in the slightest. It's actually kind of sad that this is the closest thing that he had to a friendship outside of his cat. Even on Rami's birthday, you said some weird things to me when I was talking about my minor and my group back then, like you were trying to make me just dash out complaints like you would usually do yourself. You were testing me for the last time that day, I suppose. I remember how disappointed you looked, and it was so out of character for you as well. but what did you expect of me? I would complain that way about my teammates on a birthday with parents present, but I was still figuring stuff out and trying to get that minor group working. I guess I should have just complained like crazy back then, especially since those people sucked. You are forgetting the detail that after I told you not to say creepy shit to me, after you told me you waited a whole year to see me again, that you were giving everyone the silent treatment and being a pouty toddler, pulling down the mood of the party so that I had to inquire into you so you would stop ruining our mutual friend's birthday, you tactless cunt. You said you didn't want to ruin his birthday? You were. My questions to get you to stop being a pouty little shit weren't tests. I was placating you because you were a fucking 5-year-old. Honestly speaking, Blank, if you tested me in a better environment and it would be just the two of us, you definitely wouldn't have disappointed you. It's clear by now that there was more going on, and our friendship was difficult for you. I assume that's what you meant when you said you experimented with me and see if it could work. I think you were just trying things out with me in your way and trying to figure it all out for yourself and what you wanted. That is, of course, fine, but how you ended things between us isn't fine. It really is not. That you thought I was intentionally bothering you at some point hurts me. I would never do that. I'd rather die than be something I hate. When we were walking together through the shopping streets, and when I tapped with my hand on your shoulder, you behaved weirdly back then, and you apologized for behaving like that, and you explained that thanks to your mother, you had developed a problem with trusting men. I never did put my hand on your shoulder after that. You were trying to put your arm around me. Stop lying. I do like his complaint here. How dare you make me feel like a creep for doing creepy things? Clearly Kevin's the victim here. I would never intentionally bother you, he says, while sending something that he knows will 100% bother her. He'd rather die. Why you never realized this yourself is beyond me. I always listened to you and tried very hard to respect your boundaries, even though you never asked me to respect them. The reason I tapped your shoulder back then, even, was because you have a hearing problem on one side. I never said that. I said that I have a slight ear deformity on one side, which is true. One of my ears is missing a piece of cartilage that would hold it close to my head so it sticks out a little bit. I never said it affected my hearing. I said it affected how earbuds fit me. It was for that same reason I didn't stay at your place when you invited me to sleep in your room on your bed. Probably a mistake looking back now, but who knows, if I did stay for the night, things might have been different. I never said that. I don't fucking know where he got that one. Probably his jerk-off fantasies again. Yeah, the girl who's visibly terrified of him the few times he's in a room offered to let him sleep on her bed. That sounds fucking legit, doesn't it? I just didn't want you to feel pressured in any way, and I wanted to try and just be your friend and proof that you could trust me. So when you invited me over, never did that. It confused me like crazy. There were many moments that confused me about how you acted towards me and what you said, like the compliments you would give me. But I simply tried to ignore them, since I thought it couldn't be true, since Blank was probably just fooling around with me and doesn't mean it like that. You said some confusing things to me. I would give compliments back to you because you kept piling them on to me, and it felt selfish to just take endless compliments from someone and never give any back. Because again, very insecure, super low self-worth at the time. You even said on multiple occasions that I deserved a blowjob from you after I helped you with schoolwork. Those words never left my mouth. Again, jerk-off fantasies do not count as memories. You have no idea what thoughts that puts into a guy's head when a cute girl says that to a guy. And why say it so many times to me, even? I hate the way he calls me a cute girl. Something about it is so fucking ick. Like the way Christian says he wants a cute girl. Perhaps you were just playing with me, but it's still not fair towards me, and honestly, you are lucky that I am a decent human being who lives with my morals and honor. Milady, tips Fedora. I don't know why you struggle so much with your identity. Good God, let's talk about a few things here. That was quite a leap to the blowjob talk. There's no realistic way she said that, let alone to him. Also, she's lucky he's such a gentleman. Otherwise... Yeah, what's the implication here, Kevin? And that was an amazing virtue claim. Morals and honor. All he was missing was chivalry. Well, anyway, we're going to get more into the cringe next time when he tries to explain her own relationship to her. But that is about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about the story or about my content in general, make sure you let me hear it in the comments. I am here reading those. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel where I'll post more crap like this. And now it's finally time to shout out my generous patrons who give me money directly over on Patreon. Thank you all so much. Jimbo, Bartholomew Q. Wiener, Levon, Maxo11X, Chris Sturman, Chef Casa, Jade Demby, Alberto 2001, Big Mike Shirley, Cacti Lady Wither, Chase Watson, might not be saying that right, but welcome. Cho, Daniel Delapena, Don Smith, Dev Notes, Ennui Blue, Ouroboros, Sammy, Says Andorra, Skepticals, Wernology, William Ash, Zebra Bird, Zephyrin, Bumbus McDunga, John Yorkie, Psychic Kumquat, Alex Anakin, Francois Tremblay, Knit1 Code 2, Lil Spoon, Molly Mayhem, S. Johnson, and Stepdweller. Thanks again. It is my birthday tomorrow. I haven't promised a stream or anything, but I guess it's possible. I'd like to at least do something. So I'll be back very soon with more Reddit content probably. Have a great day, everyone, and if you get me something for my birthday, make it a cupcake, right?